have just a little kind of a healing talk about community and about the community of Keylonic Science. So I'm, if you've listened to me, and many of you are students of Keylonic Science, we'll just say KS, whatever you want to call it, Christic teachings. There's all kinds of ways to describe it, but and I've had everyone that has been on my talk show has an understanding of that. I feel I've been a student for about 10 years now, and not only that, it's caused me to remember so much. So I really don't believe it's like something you study. I believe it's something you remember, which is why I was actually guided to it. Okay. It was Peter, my twin soul, who's ascended, who's in the higher earth of the higher aurora platforms and works with me all the time. But he sent someone to pull me away from my old spiritual teacher and introduce me to it. Now, at that time, the freedom teachings weren't available, but I call my dark mentor, he spent like 4 hours every day for over a year talking to me and telling me about everything, introducing me to David Icke and telling me all about the freedom teachings and that. And then I also started with the KDL3, with Ascion. So I wasn't aware of the split that happened at all, but I didn't have the earlier freedom teachings, just what I saw once in a while. And then I had my Facebook account. Once again, it's off, but it's off Elizabeth Monroy, but I got it back a few years ago. And then I started just friending anyone that had, any kind of, like any kind of symbol of the Christic sciences, I mean, the Catharagrid, the True Trinity, I mean, anything. And so because I want to, who are these people, and I had also been in Lisa Renee's group for a while, her paid group, and learned a lot, about the hidden history, because I didn't have any of that because the freedom teachings weren't available at that time. And they're coming back. So I was thrilled to have so much information, and I was able to acquire the freedom teachings and watch them and study them. And I found out about the whole indigo shield split, which I knew nothing about. And it was kind of shocking to me to find such such a division. And I found that there's people that and I'm so grateful to them that they've held the freedom teachings, preserved them and shared them so generously. And then there's others who are only working with, like her latest one is Hostmasters, and working with the plasma. And so at first I was really confused because I just didn't know. I'd only known her later teachings, and so I was very confused. And but I'm okay. So I just want to say why I follow her, though, because every couple of 100 years there's speakers that come to this planet. 3 speakers, and they're very needed because all the written documents, even the ones that the true Jesus, Yeshua, Melchizedek, recorded, have always gotten found and edited, and disappeared or whatever. So we don't have the truth. So the speakers are given certain, they give as much information as they can to help us remember ascension mechanics, creation mechanics, the true history, the hidden history of our planet, and it's just it's the highest level of disclosure I found on Earth. And especially when I found the earlier works, it was like it laid the foundation, which I'd never had. And I'm very grateful to Speaker 1, Speaker 2, and Speaker 3, although I never saw her, but and Speaker 2 also, I'm very grateful. Now, I know there's a whole, you can get into this, and it was a bitter divorce. There was a whole lot of, there's one group that thinks the other group is totally, taken over. One's dark flowered, one's, been infiltrated by by the Boers, and it just it's reads like a soap opera. And I was like, really confused for a while there, going, oh my God, which one, which one? Because I was shocked, and but then I really got very, very firmly that everyone has everyone has a job. I'll just say it very simply. Everyone has a job. Everyone has soul mission, and everyone has certain encryptions or codings for their job. Now, I have come to the realization that I am encrypted for both the freedom teachings and the whatever it's called now, the plasma teachings, octopus slime, they call it, but the host masters and what's going on now, working with the plasma of creation and the cosmos and all that. So, and I've had both people on my show. Olivia works very much with that. I had Amaso, who's very much into the freedom teachings, and Ian Parks, who runs the Nomi Seed, Feel Safe beginners and advanced groups. So, I go back and forth, just like, I remember one day I said goodbye to Jesus, my art teacher in Tenerife, no, in Tarifa, Spain. I got on a boat and went to Morocco, and my tourist guide's name was Mohammed. Jesus Mohammed. I've been poor, I've been wealthy, I've been, well, I'm not black and white, but I mean, masculine, feminine. I mean, I rise above duality. And once again, what we're looking at is duality. And I don't think one side is evil and one side's right. I just think there's certain encryptions and there's certain jobs that you're part of. And it's been very clear that I'm lucky because I have what I call ace in the hole. I have my half of myself is on the other side, the ascended side, Peter, because we're Tantree twin souls. And so he has always directed me toward plasma. And I had an amazing experience, which shocked me, with my mother and helping her to ascend, working with her plasma body. And I had no idea what I was doing. But when I tune into Ashiana's work, I understand. And then one of the things I came here with is basically the message that you're infinite, that we're going beyond, even beyond speaker one, speaker two, speaker three. We're going beyond freedom teachings. We're going beyond the host masters. We're going beyond the beyond. We're going beyond all that. And many of us, which I identify, are thems from, the cosmos, or, I identify so much with infinite source, the part of me that's still in infinite source, that did not incarnate, that did not even descend, that is still one with God. And that's where I always point everyone to go back to that. That goes beyond all. And why? Because everything's shifting now, and we're the change, and we're creating it the way we want it to be, which is the ultimate infiniteness. And I always said, we are the guardians, okay? The guardians are aspects of us that are still in the higher cosmos, the higher realms. We are the guardians. And we needed speakers, and I'm so grateful. God knows I would never, I'm always one to pay my respects to those who come before me. And I hope people pay respects to me, because you know why? That means you're free. If you don't pay respects to someone that comes before you, you're forever like a adolescent, teenager, rebelling against your parents. You're never really free to live your own life. So I pay respects to speaker one, speaker two, speaker three, all the speakers that came before me, because we needed them. We did not have the awareness. We did not have the frequency, but we are now restoring our divine blueprint. We are reconnecting, our plasma bodies are healing our light bodies and reconnecting our 12 strands of DNA. And we are able, and this is why I really feel good about the direction now that Ashiana. At first, I was concerned because I was like, "Why is she hiding the freedom teachings?" And the freedom teachings now are available, so you can do those techniques. She's going to bring them out because the trumpet pulses have cleared. So that was the only reason it had distorted all the light bodies and the D12 frequencies. So now both of them are viable. Okay. And people are going to be working both of them. So everyone do what you feel, what resonates with you. I always say that. But now where Ashiana is leading us, the next series is going to be making direct contact and working directly with the guardians, which I always said that's the next step, because we are all speakers, in our own little communities, in our own tribes. And we are all, connecting. And now I'm working directly with my guardian family, with my monad, with my guardian families, and I get information and assignments, and I write everything down. And it's amazing. It's amazing the information is coming through. It's really exciting. It's kind of like, I guess I've been writing books for so long because I'm writing something. I'm going, wow, that's cool, So it's the same kind of process, of going up to the Aurora platform, which I even drew a painting of, and and meeting with my monadic family and coming together, and with the guardians and getting information and carrying out the assignments. So I think everyone is moving towards that, and so we don't have to be lost in duality. There's not a good and a bad, a right or a wrong. All of it's working. And, I even believe, I know people are, so quick to say, well, you can't go to Gaia and Terra and, whatever. This is the ascension route. Well, yeah, for now it is, but I do feel like the whole time matrix is realigning to infinite God source, and everything is going to be clearing out. Everything is going to be clearing out. And every one of us that touches something, whether it's, whatever we feel called to work with, whatever part of the earth or whatever stargates or whatever, ascended, dimensions we feel, called to, there's a reason for it. So we have to learn to start trusting our own inner instincts, our inner intuition, and our connections with our guardian families and divine infinite source. Always go to the source, I say. So this is how we are going to be the leaders in our communities.